This is Friday Fuel. This is Aidan, the founder of the Modern Fatherhood Club, and I want to welcome you back to episode 4. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the storm that rages, the challenges that you face, the problems that you encounter, and the need for you to adapt, for you to be flexible in your approach. That's not just how you approach work, but that is also how you react to the challenges that you're going to face at home, in those difficult interactions with your children. Friday Fuel is here as your motivation. It is here to support you on your journey, and it's here to give you hints, tips, and hopefully some valuable insights into the approach that I take and others take to tackling the realities and the relentlessness of modern fatherhood. I'm excited to have you here as always. Let's jump in. When the storm is raging, where are you? How are you feeling? What challenges do you face? And how do you disconnect from the outside influences? You see, your problems, my pain, your pain, impact the way you are with your kids. They impact your every interaction. You bring your world into their tiny world. You overcomplicate what they need because you're distracted, because you cannot disconnect from that outside influence. I'm like you. I feel the weight of the responsibility of fatherhood. I know I'm not the perfect dad. My objective as a dad is to be present, to give them what they need, to understand the pressure, but also to disconnect from it. I want to be present, I want to be engaged, I want them to feel the love that I have for them. But that is not always easy. When you battle things like depression, anxiety, when you let the stress get on top of you, and there is nowhere to hide, nowhere to turn, you impact their world. The influence you have is so pivotal to their development. Their growth is in your hands. The joy that you bring to their world when you simplify it will outweigh everything else. But when you're in the pain, when you feel lost in the darkness and you cannot see the light, you cannot see the influence that you have because your judgment is clouded, your decision making impaired, that is when they lose sight of the dad they need you to be. Learn to disconnect. Understand the pressure you're under. If you're in pain, you're carrying pain, the burden is weighing you down, seek support. The day I paused, the day I tried to get back on track, that was the day that it changed. But don't get me wrong. There are always pressures, there are always influences trying to throw me off track, and I respect the man I've become. But what brings me to where I am is the motivation to stay on track. And that motivation is created by two small people in my world. The love I have for them, you cannot measure it. I want to influence from a position of strength, courage, confidence, and I do not want the stress of my world to stop them living in theirs. My biggest fear is that they become me, the old me. My aspiration is that I teach them how to unleash their potential and give the world something unique. That journey is difficult. It's filled with failure, filled with mistakes, but I am prepared for the journey ahead. I will not stop until I see the light. I urge you, if you are struggling today, to find a solution, to look out the window and see the opportunity. And as that storm rages, find shelter. Reflect on the man and dad you are today and understand how simple it can be. Give them what they need and become the dad they need. One of the biggest things that you need to overcome is that storm that rages on and the impact that it has. Look, in reality, we all face different obstacles. We all face things that we cannot immediately overcome. It's our ability to adapt that sets us apart. It gives us that unique opportunity to stop, pause, reflect, whatever it is that you need to do. It enables you to enhance every interaction because you are able to interrupt the cycle. The biggest challenge that I face and have faced in the past is my unwillingness to talk things through. That willingness to bottle things up to protect everyone else erodes the foundation of the success of our family unit. It creates barriers, it creates conflict. All these things that are swimming around in your head, all these things that you face, all these challenges that you're yet to overcome or bounce back from, they leave a scar. They leave an impression on you, on your partner, on your kids. But one of the biggest things that you have to focus on as a dad, and I've learned this the hard way, is learning to simplify what they truly need. Because if you can understand what they truly need, and you can separate it from the challenges that you're facing or the complexity of the issues that may be circling around you, you have a real moment to pause and throw yourself into their world. There are so many things swirling at times, so many conflicting emotions, conflicting priorities. It often stops you reflecting on the importance of your role, the impact that you want to have, the quality of the experience that you want to deliver. As a father, you want to maximize that impact. You want to maximize the impact because you are influencing who they become. Your behavior, as that storm rages, transcends the family unit. It transcends into every interaction. It stops them seeing who you truly are. We've talked about authenticity before. It's the authenticity of your role as dad, the impact that you want to have, understanding what truly matters, separates you from the rest. But remember, we're not thinking about the outside influences. We are very much focused on our immediate impact and the long-term legacy that we can have. Your role is so important. So ask yourself today, what's stopping you having the impact that you want to have? What is it that your children need? Think about it at an individual level. I've got 2 boys, 7 and 4. They both have different needs, different wants. They're different personalities. The younger one is more outgoing. He's more willing to tackle new obstacles and challenges. And the older one is more reserved. He's more introverted. He has a different approach to challenges. It's not that he can't get through them, because he can. But it takes him longer. He doesn't trust his instinct. And he's anxious about the solutions. And he's anxious about the approach, about the lead up to it. But your role is to give them what they need. But if you're distracted by the outside world, you're distracted by the things that stop you living as the best you, how do you expect to influence them? Knowing your role, knowing the impact that you can have, prioritizing what matters, understanding the cost of not focusing on what matters, and articulating what the benefits are, making the changes that enable you to influence from a position of strength, confidence, enables you to give them what they need. It enables you to take that step back as you cross the threshold, as you come home back into the family environment. If you've been working throughout the day, it allows you to connect. That disconnect from the outside world is so important. The influences of others, the opinions of others, that deadline that you have to meet, whatever it might be, if you are conflicted, if you are absorbed by challenges, and that is stopping you giving them what they need, then you need to take a step back. You need to reflect. But importantly, you need to understand what it really matters. And it's a dad who is willing to give his all, is willing to make the necessary sacrifices. Not all the sacrifices, but the necessary sacrifices. Those that draw attention to the strength, the resilience, the quality of your output within the family environment. It's those things that bring you closer together. If you're focusing on the things that matter, you understand the impact of whatever it is that decision is. If you understand and can quantify that impact, you can meet their needs. And their needs at an individual level are going to be different. They're going to throw up different obstacles. You're going to have to approach every interaction with each child differently. And if you're early in your journey, you have this amazing opportunity to take a step and just survey the landscape. Where have you been? What have you done? What have you achieved? What is success to you? What are the things that have stopped you moving forward? What are the things that distract you? What are the things that motivate you? Because with children, you have the motivation, the necessary motivation to make change. But you have to tap into it. You have to be prepared to take that inspiration on board. What worked then isn't going to be working now. And that's why I encourage you on a regular basis to just journal, to reflect, understand where your true passion lies, understand what motivates you, and reflect on how you can maximize your impact so that you can influence who they become. You can impart your knowledge, instill your values, your beliefs. But if your beliefs are corrupted, if that storm has knocked you back, destroyed your confidence, blown a hole in the family environment, you've got to fix it. You've got to make the change. You've got to commit to the change. It's one decision, it's one commitment, and it's one action. Those three things enable you to truly understand what they need. If you can simplify it, if you can approach every interaction wearing your heart on your sleeve and giving them what they need, not what they want, what they need. That cuddle at the end of the day, that warm embrace, that story at bedtime, that interaction on the floor. Not only does it help you stay on top of the storm, but it also helps you build that bond. Whether they're newborn, 5, 6, 7, it doesn't matter. These early formative years are so important, but you have to be confident. You have to be in that position to be able to deflect the unnecessary crap that you carry. You've got to play full out, but you've got to be prepared to put in the hard yards. In 2020, my world was turned upside down. When Maxie arrived, I was in this place of just unrelenting pain. I didn't want to let anyone see me for who I'd become, but I was disappointed, I was ashamed, and I wasn't prepared to make the changes because I was so far down that black hole that I couldn't see any light. The darkness had closed in. You need something to jumpstart your future if you feel that way. Get support, get help, ask for help. You've already admitted internally there's a problem. Accepting it is one thing. Acknowledging it and then doing something about it or talking to somebody enables you to see more clearly. And it's that clarity of thought that enables you to really impact them from a position of strength and confidence because you see who you were, you know who you want to be, and you're setting about going after that person. You give them what they need when you truly understand the role that you want to play, the dad that you want to be. Everybody talks about being the best dad. But being the best dad starts with understanding who you are, understanding your identity, understanding your principles, understanding the characteristics that positively influence you, and understanding how you manage stress, how you react under pressure, and how you respond to setback. Are you resilient? Are you powerful? They need you to instill masculine quality. They need you to instill confidence, the ability to grow, the ability to bounce back from your mistakes. But they need you to connect. And it's your connection that really matters to them. Be the dad they need. Be part of something spectacular. Learn how to become who they need you to be. Commit to that person. Work on that person every single day. And here, let me leave you with something. Grow, inspire, lead. This is a leadership role. They need to understand who you are, what you stand for, how powerful you can become. Because the inspiration to make the changes, the necessary changes, lies right in front of you on that bed or on the floor, wherever they may be. You have this unique ability to inspire, but you've got to be ready to do it. You've got to be ready to adapt. That storm that fills you internally, that rages on, that distracts you, that destroys your confidence, overwhelms you, leaves you angry, frustrated, and lacking in motivation, that storm has to be put to rest. The hard work starts today. Take it a day at a time. Reflect on the dad that you are. Reflect on the dad you want to be. Reflect on the influence that you want to have. And think about how you can influence their future. This has been Friday Fuel. I'm excited to have you on board. I'm excited for you to be a part of the Modern Fatherhood Club. You can check out all our resources at themodernfatherhoodclub.com. We've got parental burnout. We've got supporting your partner returning to work. We've got the new dad recharge. And we've got how to maximise your paternity leave. All the resources that we have available right now are free. The new dad recharge will be a paid course. And we're throwing in Fatherhood Unleashed as well. All the resources created by the Modern Fatherhood Club are designed to help you maximise your impact, enable you to disconnect, allow you to become the dad they need. Thank you for listening. Thank you for inspiring me on my journey. And I'm proud of the man you are, proud of the man that you will become. And I know that you will deliver exactly what it is that you want for your kids. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again soon.